Welcome back into Helmets and Heels, built by Dreamfinders Homes. Blythe Brumleve joined alongside Donna Murphy and Lauren Brooks. And I don't know if you guys have watched the NBC's new Sky Cam, or the NFL's new Sky Cam. What'd you think about it?
Well, I loved it when it was during the Sunday night game and the fog game. I needed that, and then
Patriots Falcons.
Yeah, it actually, I'm like, oh, why don't they just leave it there? Because it does look cool. It's a very video game aspect, I guess. You know, first person type of reaction. And I like it. I think it makes you feel more part of the game when you're not at the game.
Well, for those who haven't seen it yet, it's called a dual coverage system, and it's been used sporadically throughout this season so far. And basically what it is it's the quarterback's view, so you can get a better understanding of what the quarterback is seeing and those plays. So I guess it's comparable to an end zone. If you have end zone season tickets, then maybe you could compare it to that.
If you have really good eyes.
Yeah. Especially on the other side of the field. But I personally have only seen videos online with it. I haven't watched it within an actual broadcast. And I'm wondering if fans will sort of gravitate towards a broadcast like that outside of the traditional view of what we see on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I think you could almost draw a line in the sand and say people over a certain age or people who are not video game players will say they hate it, and anybody else will absolutely gravitate towards it. And I think that is exactly what they're going for, is that younger demographic, and certainly that millennial group that we hear so much about. I think the broadcast itself and the producers who are working it, they have to be on their A game to get it all done properly, because you can tell if there's an issue between going from the regular camera to the Sky Cam, and that's what I think is going to upset fans more than just changing the viewpoint. But I like the concept. I just think they need to go through some more games to perfect it.
I wish there was a way that they could make it so it's like not for the NFL to make this app, but for like maybe a technology company to make an app where you could choose your own like a picture-in-picture, and say you want the QB view on like the smaller screen, and then you want the traditional view on the larger screen.
Kind of like what they do for golf. Like when it's the Masters or something, they give you, you can watch this group or you can watch
online,
this hole or this hole. Yeah. That's really good.
I think you would eventually have that option potentially if you would pay more, right? Like if you upgrade your subscription, because I think eventually that's where we're kind of going to land, is you're going to subscribe to different channels individually versus these cable packages. And so maybe then you could choose, all right, the basic package or the elevated package, upgraded, and you can say, okay, I want to be able to pick from different ones. The best would then be for some people who hate certain broadcasters, and then you get to select the broadcasters that you get calling the game. It doesn't bother me at all, but I know for some people they can't stand it.
The customization would be super nice, and I found a really good comparison of the Sky Cam. It said the pros are, it's easier to see what the QB is seeing downfield, and it's easier to see which linemen are playing well. A con is it's harder to gauge depth and how many yards were gained. And what's interesting is that I saw this new camera that just got released last week. It's called Rilo. And it's a 360 camera.
Yeah.
And it stabilizes, so it's almost like a GoPro, but it stabilizes, and it has a built-in app that you can choose your viewpoint from any section that the camera gets. So if you're, say, walking down a hiking trail, or maybe at a Jaguars game is a perfect example. Like say when Lambeau hits that field goal, if I was recording it with that camera, I could technically get the field goal shot and then switch around to see the whole crowd reaction, including myself. And so it would be cool if they could take some kind of technology like that and build it in with an app in order so you can customize your broadcast and get all of these different kind of camera angles. It's kind of cool to think about as far as the future of viewing sports is concerned.
And I wish that you could listen to the live mic'd in. That's what I would love to have.
I don't know if they'll ever do that, though.
I think they have to edit.
Oh, no, yeah. But that would be so much fun to listen to.
Yeah, they would be able to show Jalen Ramsey, that's for sure.